big old cow right there now. Z-Man behind me. Now I got Z-Man in front of me. We are on the road, man. On the road. Check back. StoryMotoADV.com, or of course youtube.com/StoryMotoADV. Give us a holler at StoryMotoADV@gmail. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. It's not just a bunch of people out riding their bikes wanting you to watch them. There's a point, a purpose, and a cause, my God. And we are officially, it has begun. Leaving Throckmorton. Billy J, StoryMoto ADV. Got bugs gushed all over me. Got my boy behind me, Zane. We are leaving Throckmorton, man, this wonderful little town. And these people just opened their whole little town to us, literally. So here's the deal. We pull in. We go to the craziest little hotel called Double T Lodge. Check it out if you're in the area. Oh, really nice owners. It's just crazy themed rooms. We stayed in the Jumanji room, and we wanted a night off of the sand, off of the camp, you know. And it was late, and we didn't want to ride anymore because of the deer. And so we get in the Jumanji room, and this crazy little kid running around and playing with Oliver. And, everybody's just cool, man. And we find out we hear some music down the way. So we go over. It's like a private club. It's a dry county, so like you can't, you can't buy beer or anything like that. So they have this little private club. They found a workaround where they can have live music, and if you're a member, you get to be there. And so they let us be members, and we hung out. And I think anybody can be a member. You just have to swipe your ID. And so we hang out, and we just have a blast listening to a band called Kick to the Curb. That's what it was. And some local acoustic acts, and just dancing with the kids, and just had a hell of a time. And next thing we know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and we realized we hadn't eaten, and the kids had already went back to the hotel. It's just a couple feet away, really. And this lady overhears me, and she owns a place called a Pizza Pro in town, and she's like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, no, I'm good. She goes, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, oh man, I didn't want to lie to her, because I was starving. And I said, yeah, I am. She opened up her pizza parlor to us. It just straight up unlocked the door 1 o'clock in the morning, and there were some dishes left, and so we did the dishes and hung out with her son, and was there, and smoked me in pool and video games, and she made us this big beautiful pizza, and then ate it with us. And then she brought out fresh pies, these pies that she sells. And if you go through Throckmorton, go to Pizza Pro, buy a pie, one of Maggie's pies, and they're just delicious. And she shares some things she's going through with us, and everybody's going through something. You find that when you kind of connect with people, you find that everybody's just trying to figure it out. And one of the things she's doing, she's going to prison today to see her son, and she's taking her other son who has some developmental disabilities, a guy that smoked me in the pool, and she's got a lot of responsibilities on her shoulders, and she opted to take us in like that and help us out. We didn't know you couldn't get food in this town. We didn't know anything about it. We just kind of came in hot, as we call it, and nose barely off the ground, the plane kind of wrecked happen. You fellow adventure tours know all about that, man. Sometimes you don't have the option to decide like what it's gonna be like, and that is the adventure. And that's kind of what this little Moto church is going to be about. Just a little bit. It's going to be short too, because I'm really not having any cool ideas, which is kind of cool because I know that God's building something. And I used to not feel that way. I just think I didn't have any ideas. But then God always shows us something, you know. And so we talked to a lot of people at that place, and man, like everybody there was going through something extremely tough, and most of them were doing something beautiful with it, and some of them weren't, and we were able to speak into those, and I got to learn a little bit about some things, you know, like and some of the struggles that I've had. I got to learn some techniques. I'm not going to go into all that life skill stuff. This is more about, and I hope this is not too noisy. This is the first high speed, not really high speed. I'm trying to keep my speed to a mellow, but I'm not sure how bad the wind noise is. So anyway, all I want to say is, number one, thanks to the people with Throckmorton, all of you. And number two, these people, some of the people who helped us out in this town and you know, offered their services and all that, they didn't have a whole lot. And that they gave everything. Even the hotel we stayed at, it wasn't some big, and they're, you know, maybe nicer ones around or whatever. We're not about that. We're not looking for that stuff. We're looking for people and love people. And so this place had the very lovable person, the lady running the place. It's crazy fun, man. And the thing she's doing with these rooms is kind of what this is about, and the same thing that the Pizza Pro lady did is they were giving their all, you know. Like this lady had to get up and go all the way to Abilene, Texas today, and deal with her son. I would imagine, you know, like I said, he's got some developmental issues, and so hell of a pool player though, but she maybe has to dress him in some capacity, you know. I know she probably has to do a lot of things for him, and then she's got to go all the way out to Abilene and spend some, you know, some monitored time with one of her sons who made some rough life decisions, you know, and got in trouble for it, and she's facing some other things that aren't public, you know, that I don't really want to air her laundry. She's under an incredible amount of pressure, and she didn't have to open her pizza parlor up. You know, she's the only person that works there, her and her son, and she takes your order, she does the accounting, she cooks the pizza, she's the waitress and the janitor and the marketing specialist and everything. And here it is, a Saturday night, she's got to get up and go all the way to Abilene, and she opted to make us pizza. And I just wonder, and that's it. I just wonder in what ways you do that. You know, what ways do I really do that? Like, you know, I feel like I give a lot of things, but sometimes I feel like proportionately I don't. You know, like proportionately, like I'm a very giving person, so I give a lot. But do I really go out of my way? And do you? You know, like do you go the extra mile? And a friend of mine who passed away said, he wrote a song one time. We were in bands together growing up, or in a band together growing up, and he was my mentor, and he passed away of cancer. It was just devastating. It just happened, you know, fairly recently. He wrote a song one time called "The Minimum," and it was this song. It was kind of angstful, you know. It was a little bit of a negative spin on it, but it needed to be for this song. You know, he's the farthest thing from negative there ever was, that I know of, anyway. But it was about how pathetic, not pathetic, how, whoa, look at the size of that cow, dude. That is a cow statue. I can't pass this up. And it was about the waste of just doing the minimum. You know, like, look at that. This big old cow right there now. Probably don't look real big. That is a cool sculpture. You check that out? There's Zane over here. So I can turn the camera to him. My boy. And that's kind of what we're out here doing as well, is making sure that these guys know about this idea. It's the minimum. Is like if you go to help somebody, or you know, like you say, oh hey, from the perspective of a kid, let's say you say, oh, go clean your room, and then they come back, is it clean enough? And you go in, you're like, man, that's kind of half-ass, you know, you're like, dude, just make it clean, man. Like, get after it, love it, appreciate it. Just put all the stuff everywhere. Wipe down the dresser. Take all the stuff from here. Maybe go through some of your toys and give them to your little brother. Like, it's an opportunity we have to just not do the minimum. You know, just completely. And that was what the song was about. I'm a little scattered-headed today, but that was what the song was about, and this town showed us far from the minimum. There are tough people out here. There's, you know, all the men work the pipeline, and all the ladies work, and they all have firm handshakes and rough hands. You know, it's roughneck country, and it's rugged like this terrain. You know, I don't want to get all poetic on it, but it's unique, man, and we're just very thankful. And I would just challenge anybody: don't do the minimum. And myself too. Whenever you hear me talk that way, I'm not preaching to anybody, man. I'm talking to myself. In many cases, more than I'm talking to you. You know, like trying to fix my head, trying to fix my heart, trying to get my family right, and so that is what I'm talking about.